Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm currently driving along the A343, which is one of the main roads between London, Devon and Cornwall. I'm heading towards Stonehenge, which is a well-known area along the road, and I will talk to you about the area, including the abandoned A344. Around here was a junction off the A303 to the A344 before it closed. You can just about see the stones of Stonehenge, just past where the old junction was. The A303 runs to the south of Stonehenge, and the A344 used to run on the north side. Coming from the A303, you take a short section of the A360 before we go around this roundabout. From here you go into the entrance of Stonehenge, and before turning right into the car park is a very small section of the old A344 which you can still drive. Here we are at Stonehenge car park. It's a little bit windy, but at least it's not raining, so yes, let's go in. When you first arrive at Stonehenge, you come to this visitor centre, which I believe opened at the same time as the old A344 closed in 2013. Near where you buy a ticket is the entrance to the exhibition, which is very much worth seeing. It talks a lot about the history, and although Stonehenge history is quite a difficult subject, it is still very interesting to look around. There are two ways of going from the visitor centre to the stones at Stonehenge. You can either walk, which is approximately 1.5 miles, or you can get the bus. In this direction we will walk whilst I tell you about this road, which is the closed A344. As already mentioned, it was closed to regular traffic in 2013 when the new visitor centre was built. My understanding is it was once part of a much longer route between Andover and Warminster, but over time various sections of the road have either closed or become part of other roads. For example, the A303 now runs from near Stonehenge towards Andover, and going the other way is now part of the A360. Towards the end of its days, just before closure, it seems it was a road simply used by traffic heading between the east and places such as Devizes and Shrewsbury along the A360, who were able to cut a corner. Nowadays the road is closed to regular traffic. As we are doing now, you can walk along most of the closed road, or the shuttle bus between the visitor centre and the stones run along it. The whole area is an area of the country which is often talked about needing improvements to the road network. In many ways, improvements in the area could be argued to not be very difficult, as there is clearly plenty of open space, with very little in the way of buildings. Stonehenge is a very historical area, which makes things difficult. One plan is for the A303 to run through a tunnel. Personally, I think it's a project that there are potentially many benefits, and not too bad of an idea if it turns out not so expensive and it doesn't damage the World Heritage Sites. I must say though, I really like driving around here even the way it is now going past Stonehenge. The area may be slow at times, but I think it makes up for it by being a very interesting section of road, and for me, if I'm on a long journey on my way on holiday, it adds to the fun coming around here. As we get towards the end of the walk, and nearer to the stones, we are welcomed to the area by some sheep. From near here to the closed junction of the A303, the old A344 is grassed over and not walkable. And here we are at the stones of Stonehenge. It is believed that work on building Stonehenge started about 5,000 years ago and built in stages over many years, and the stone circle dates from about 2500 BC. Something that is noticeable here is the sun rises over the heel stone on the longest day of the year and sets over it on the shortest day. This suggests it was a prehistoric temple aligned with the sun's movements. Stonehenge was built using methods usually found in woodwork and not seen in any other prehistorical monuments. As it is starting to get dark, we will go back on the bus, which is advertised as taking 10 minutes, but if you're fortunate enough to get onto a bus straight away and at least straight away, like I was, you'll find it takes about 2 or 3 minutes to get back to the visitor centre, and it runs along the old A344. The bus is including the cost of your entry fee to get in, and does make the visit to Stonehenge a lot easier. If you would like to visit Stonehenge, as mentioned, the A303 runs very close by. To come here by public transport, the easiest station to travel to and from is Salisbury, which is served by trains from London Waterloo, Exeter, Southampton, Bristol and Bath. There is a bus service which is advertised as a Stonehenge tour that runs from Salisbury and serves Old Sarum, which is another English heritage site. Entry to Stonehenge costs £23.60 or £26 if you want to include a donation for an adult, with discounts available for concessions, children and families. If you are an English Heritage member, entry is free. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.